goes. There you go. A lot easier when you know which way it needs to go. Put this little puppy back on. What's up, kid? That's a good amount of PSI. So let's see if this starts blowing out of anywhere. How does that change? I wonder if I tighten that up at all. If that makes a difference. Let's see. Take off our cover here. We'll put these up here for safekeeping. So it's this gasket right here that does not like to play nice. So that's it right there. That's the one that leaks. And you can't really just coat it in sealant because it has the air passage here. And so it will need to have holes available. It looks like at least, see how the carb's oriented on the top. So we definitely want a hole up there. It feels pretty brittle. I'll see if I have a replacement real fast. All right, so I went with the high-end option. I cut a piece off of a cereal box, Reese's Pieces, or Reese's Puffs to be exact. So if you're looking to do the same exact fix here, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna draw it out, do a little cutting out, and see if we can make our own here. Looks like our hole. Okay, let's get you guys nice and close here. Make sure you guys can see right there. Cover this guy in soapy water. Okay. I haven't changed anything with this, so air pressure should be the same. See how she does. Oh, wow. Hold on, I think it's coming from that bolt. I think maybe I'm doing it wrong. I have an idea here. Let's try this. Maybe I'm putting that spacer on wrong. And what I'm gonna do is put the original gasket back on, because obviously our homemade one ain't it. But I have a suspicion. So it's coming through there pretty good. I've been putting this side backwards. What if I try it this way? Like that. That way it has more of a mating surface along this. So it could be an installation error here. So let's put it so all the crevices over this way. And then that way it has a bigger gasket to push on it. So that goes there. Let's load it up with some water here, some soapy water. All right, I feel pretty good about this. Let's see though. Don't know until you try it. So you guys can see here. Definitely an air bubble still. Yeah. Now it's on the other side. It's that spacer. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that. And I am curious. It must be, let's see here. Is there a high spot? Seems like, doesn't, not off the eye there, but really press in there nicely. What I'm gonna do, I think I have another one of these gaskets here for this carburetor. Let's just double it up. And then I have some sealant. And what we'll do is we'll coat all around here with sealant. I think the screwdriver fits in here. So we'll just kind of clear out this passageway so sealant's not in that. But we'll do that, tighten her down, because now that we know that this backside's the issue. All right, I have it back together. We're gonna let it kind of cure a bit. The anaerobic takes a little bit longer than, say, like an RTV. What I'm gonna do is just kind of see if I can clean this up, make it look not so grody. All right, we'll let that gasket maker set. Test her out in a few hours. Probably won't take long. I torqued it down pretty good, so. All right, a lot of compression. It's a good engine, man. Good engine. Just crappy company with crappy parts. Well, after using it for a week, this thing's still sucking air like crazy. I bought a new gasket on eBay, the one that I believe is leaking, for like $5, maybe $6 or something like that. So let's swap them out. Well, this gasket looks okay. We're keeping that one. Yeah, got some jelly in it. All right, I think we may have a flat surface issue here. What I'm gonna do, I have some P1000 sandpaper. I have a glass table here, best I'm gonna get. And we're just gonna give this a few little swirls here, see if we can looking better. Still not making good contact there. I feel good with that. I can see a white line going all the way around. Also, I'm not gonna tighten it as hard. I think that was probably one of our problems. All those other gaskets broke, so let's not do that again. All right, I got it back together. I didn't put any sealant or anything like that on it, and I haven't really torqued these down. I just wanted to show you where I'm gonna put it, just kind of hand tight. I'm just gonna walk them. This is what I usually do. And I think what happened is I crushed the gasket last time, so you don't want to do that. I also cleaned the mating surfaces on the carburetor just really quick because it was kind of gooey. But that's been cleaned. I also don't have a gasket on the other side of this. It's not that big of a deal. It's just going to be metered air getting in, but it's not going to change the tune of the carb. There's not going to be or unfiltered air, unmetered air is on the other side, and that's why that one's more important to have a proper gasket. Because here's the old one that I pretty much destroyed, way over torquing. Here's the other one I over torqued, so that was over torqued. So let's go out back and see how it runs and see if that little air leak has been fixed yet. Sounds pretty good now. Might be a slight little air leak, but I think that has to do with the flattening of that spacer. So I'm gonna give it some run time. If it still is acting up or whatnot, or it's getting worse or what, I'll keep flattening that spacer. But I'm gonna give this thing a good run here because I think we might have gotten it. So I think the problem all came down to that spacer not making good contact with the gasket. So yeah, good thing to know. And obviously I over tightened it. So don't over tighten it. It doesn't need to be that tight because you will ruin your gaskets. Luckily I only ruined the ones I was going to replace anyways. So cool. All right, hopefully I'll give you an update on what's going on. But cool, thank you guys for joining me, and seems to be a pretty easy fix to get to on these things. All right, till next time. I want to show you this. I was going to do a little test run after everything was all buttoned up, and this adjuster stripped out on me. Like everything. I don't know if there's like an original thing on this weed eater. Luckily, they have them on Amazon cheap, so I'm going to throw it in and then we'll give this thing a nice little run. Still has that air leak, and I am probably going to guess it has something to do with that little homemade gasket. So let's see if we can buy one more gasket, and that'll help. All right, so we got the new gasket. Here is the new one. I believe it goes on here like that. It seems awfully big. Supposed to go like that, you think? Okay. It should look something like that. Good. Watch out, kid. Right, watch out. Watch out, Colt. Oh yeah. This weed eater, man.
You turned it off?
Sounds a lot better. Still kind of hunting a little bit. I'd like to see it after, you know, I use it around the yard and everything and whatnot. The dying issue, I think, has to do with this. So the kill switch wire is exposed there, and I think something's going on with the wiring in there. What I'll do is I'll get some tape around that, but I think that there's probably just something up with this switch. I bet if I do that a bunch, it'll kind of clear up whatever's going on. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm gonna give it one more test run and we'll see how she does, but that's about all I can muster up in terms of fixes for this thing that I care about. But the dying issue looks like it has to do with that kill switch, so I'll figure that out. But let's see how she does after a good test run. Well, so what's the result? I guess that weed eater just sucks. There's nothing that seems to be able to fix the spacer there between the carb and the carb mount. For some reason, brand new gaskets, everything's torqued down. I did test run it again, and it was leaking a little bit behind that new gasket. I don't know if I will have time to show it. I did tighten it down a little bit. I haven't ran it since. Just kind of wanted to get something out at some point, but I'm thinking it'll probably still leak air from right there. That seems to be just where it leaks. Luckily, it seems like it runs okay if you really enriching it. So probably why I go back to do this is I really like the low end on that weed eater. Probably pretty replaceable, honestly, but I really like the low end. I like its responsiveness. I think it's really, really strong for a little, a 30cc. And I have like a rototill attachment and things like that. And it's really effective. Like it does not bog. It has a lot of power. It has a lot of life to it. Unfortunately, it's just I need to replace everything around it to keep it running. And it's always, ran a little lean and sucked air. And I just convinced myself something catastrophic happened to it, like a head gasket or something like that. The more I look into it, the more it's just the carburetor mounting area, just those gaskets. They just don't seem to seal for that unit. I've tried everything like this. I tried flattening the back end of that spacer, things like that. It just doesn't seem like it wants to seal correctly. So I guess the moral of the story is if you have a Ryobi, it just kind of sucks. But for me, I'll keep using it. I like it. It has sort of like a grounding issue going on. I don't know if it's the switch or a cable or what. I'll find that out on my own. It probably, worst case, just put a little electric tape on something, but that's not a big deal. That one's just another drop in the bucket of crap that weed eater does. But when it runs, it's very, very nice. Even with the air leak, the low end has so much power. It's just peppy, and I like it. It feels good. It's just nicer than a little 25cc piece of crap that seems to be like a dime a dozen. So, unless I find something really cool, if I come across like a really nice Echo or something like that, and then obviously maybe I'll try to switch over to that or something. But for the meantime, I really like having the interchangeable heads and whatnot, and the easy string thing for the Ryobi is pretty cool. Kind of a boring one, but if this is something you just want to see somebody diagnose little machines that most people could give two craps about, then you found your spot. So I have more to come of just more trash that I put way too much time and effort into. So I'll say it here at the end. I hate saying it in videos. I try not to say it, but if it's something you like, evidently liking videos helps more people see it and more people who like it and subscribe, and then the channel grows, and then I become this millionaire off of YouTube. Or, it just lets me know that people like these videos, and maybe if I can help some people here and there, that'd be kind of cool too. So till next time, thank you guys again, and see ya.